Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at two different high-value, affordable IEMs. And IEMs are basically in-ear monitors. They're like more sophisticated earphones. I guess you guys can think of it that way. But yeah, they're in-ear headphones, and I'm going to take a look at two of them today. First one I'm going to take a look at is the Final Audio VR3000, which is kind of a specialized IEM meant for gaming. But I want to test this out not just for games, but also for music as well to see how good they are. So Final Audio is a Japanese audio company. They are well known for their IEMs. They also make high-end planar magnetic headphones as well, like the D8000 Pros. And they started maybe around like 15 years ago, I think. So their history is not like super long or anything, but they are well respected within the audiophile industry. Not like a common brand name that mainstream consumers would know about, but definitely for audiophiles. Final Audio is well known for their IEMs and also their ear tips as well. So this being one of their more affordable offerings, retails for about $80 US. So it's not too expensive, and I figured, might as well check it out. It's something that's fairly affordable, not too expensive, and let's see how good it is for gaming and for audio. See if it really is a good bang for the buck type of IEM, which is what we're going to check out today. Two very high value bang for the buck IEMs. Alright, so here's what you get inside of the box here. You get a lot of different ear tips. This being Final Audio, a company which is well known for IEMs and ear tips, they actually supply ear tips to a lot of other IEM manufacturers. Like for example, when I unboxed the Noble Cons, I think like Noble Audio, another IEM maker, and I think Campfire as well. They also include like Final Audio ear tips and many other IEM makers. They actually use Final Audio's ear tips within their own IEM packages. So yeah, this is Type E, which is one of their more popular ones. Looks like they give you 10 different ear tips or 5 sets of ear tips. That's pretty generous considering most IEMs, even high-end ones, only give you like 3 sets essentially. There's like a small, a medium, and a large. This one, yeah, they give you 5 sets, which is more than average, so that's pretty good. And this is Final Audio, so maybe that's not surprising, but it's really nice that they included 5 different sets of ear tips, especially considering this is a budget product. It's not one of their high value, not one of their high-end offerings, I should say. It's high value, I think, but not their high-end stuff. This is their carrying case, so they do give you like a carrying case for it. It's not anything special or fancy, but at least they give you something emblazoned with the Final Audio logo on it. Yeah, this is not the first IEM unboxing I've done from them. I've done the Final Audio B3s as well, which is one of their more higher end IEMs. That one is probably more of their mid-range IEMs actually. That one costs $300. But this one's definitely one of their more affordable offerings. I think actually they give you more ear tips than the Final Audio B3 does, which is kind of odd, right? Since this is a more like affordable product. You would think that they would give you like more ear tips with their more expensive stuff, but they don't. Okay, so here we have some like this is things that you clip on to your, maybe you clip it on so that the cables don't get tangled or something. But this is the actual IEMs themselves. So this is the VR3000s. Definitely compared to the Final Audio B3s, which I unboxed before, these do not look as high end or premium. You can tell the shells here are very cheap material. It's like almost like plastic material or something. Yeah, it feels like plastic material. It's very light. Maybe it's not plastic, it's some kind of special material, but anyways, it's very light material. It's not the nicely crafted like aluminum material that the B3s had. But that makes sense because this is one of their lower end IEMs. So yeah, I don't expect to have like really fancy materials here. This is what they look like here. Final VR3000. Keep in mind, this is actually not their lowest end stuff. They actually have one lower end than this. I think the VR1000 or something. Yeah, so this is actually not their lowest end, but it is still fairly affordable. I'll tell you left or right. And the nozzles, which doesn't have ear tips on it yet, I have to test it. And they're detachable cables, right? So I think these are 2-pin connectors, maybe. Looks like it could be two pin connectors. I'm not going to detach it right now, but I think these are detachable, or should be anyways. And then it terminates in a 3.5 millimeter, as you would expect. So this being like a lower end IEM, yeah, the cables I don't think are meant for you to replace. Like you could replace them, but I don't think they're meant for replacing, because I mean, think about it. If you're going to buy an aftermarket cable for this, it's going to be cost like a fairly significant amount of the actual IEM itself. So I think they're not expecting people to replace the cable, because that's generally something you would do with more expensive IEMs, but not with this one. So yeah, I mean, there's almost no point to use this with a balanced connector, because yeah, like what's the point, right? This is meant for gaming and it's not a high-end IEM. So yeah, and they give, even like this cable right here that they give you, they have like a volume up, volume down, and like a play pause button. This is the kind of stuff you would see in like a cheap earphones, right? So I think, yeah, this is not meant to be replaced, this cable. Although I think it could be detachable, but I don't think they're meant to be replaced. Yeah, they are meaning for you to use this built-in cable, because it's not, it's geared towards a consumer that just wants to use this for gaming, and they call it the VR3000. So I'm guessing they want you to use it with a VR headset. Like I have my Meta Quest 3. I might check it out with that. You know, the way they advertise it, it's pretty much they want you to use it with a VR headset. I mean, you can obviously use it for regular non-VR games as well, but yeah, the way they market this, I think they want you to use it with a VR headset like the Meta Quest 2 or Meta Quest 3. So yeah, oh man, it's easy to get this tangled. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the Final Audio VR3000 here. Nothing special about the materials. It looks very plain. It's got this signature Final Audio type of design though. It's very angular. Usually Final Audio does this with their products, and I've owned quite a few. I've owned the B3 and the ZE3000 wireless earbuds, so I know that this is kind of their design language. It's usually very angled. But yeah, I guess that that's their unique design, like their unique design aesthetic. And yeah, I'm gonna check these out to see how good they are. But for $80, it's not too bad. Like, at least I haven't tested it out. We tested it out, but the fact that they give you 5 sets of ear tips and a carrying case already at the $80 price point is already getting pretty good value. Okay, so that's a Final Audio VR3000. Next up, we have the Letshuoer S12 Pro. This one's a little bit more expensive, $130 US, but this one does have a bit more technology inside of it. So this one, Letshuoer is a Chinese company that I think they're less than 10 years old. They're a fairly new company. And this is the specs back here. See frequency response. Obviously, you don't have to worry about sensitivity or impedance because they're meant to be used with mobile devices. And the driver is a planar magnetic driver, 14.8 millimeter single planar. These days, planar magnetic drivers are able to be fit inside IEMs, and it's kind of a thing that a lot of Chinese hi-fi companies are doing right now. Audi's is an American company that specializes in planar magnetic headphones. I think they were one of the first to put that technology inside of an IEM with the Euclids, but that's really expensive. And now we have a bunch of Chinese hi-fi companies that are putting planar magnetic drivers inside their IEMs, and Letshuoer being one of them. This came out 2 years ago, I think 2022. So yeah, I read a lot of reviews about this product, and I was looking for like a good high value IEM, like under $200. I wanted the best bang for the buck. So that's why I came upon the Final Audio VR3000 and the Letshuoer S12 Pro. I was comparing this one against a bunch of other Chinese hi-fi brands like Moondrop or 7Hertz or Hydits. There's a bunch of Chinese hi-fi brands, right? FiO is another one. Dunu, right? That make good high-value budget IEMs, and Letshuoer seems to get this model in particular seems to get pretty high praise, just all around. So yeah, out of all my research, when I was researching for all the budget IEMs from different Chinese brands, and there are a lot, Chinese IEMs are just everywhere these days. There's so many budget Chinese IEMs. So it can be hard to sift through which ones are, you know, really, really good and stuff. But this one consistently has gotten really high praise, so I really wanted to check it out. And I've never owned a Letshuoer product before, so I'm kind of excited to see how this one will turn out. I've owned some Moondrop before, I've owned some FiO, I've owned some Shanling, you know, Hydits, and you know, Dunu I'm curious about as well, 7Hertz. But Anyways, yeah, I'm interested to check this one out. Letshuoer S12 Pro. This one has gotten a lot of consistently high praise, and I really wanted to try out this planar magnetic driver that's inside an IEM, because usually planar magnetic drivers I've only experienced in full-size over-ear headphones. I have not experienced a planar magnetic driver inside of an IEM before. So let's check it out. Even my $1,000 TA Audio Monarch Mark IIs do not have planar drivers inside. Those have electrostatic drivers, 2 of them. But yeah, I've not experienced any planar drivers. Let's go. Okay, so here you get Letshuoer product catalog. Really? They give you a product catalog? Okay, let's see. How much stuff did they even sell? I don't know, actually. You can, and this is all in English. So this is a nice brand introduction. Okay, cool. Letshuoer, sound alive. Our core focus, something very... This is something that's very bland and typical you might expect from an audio company. Nothing special there, just a little brand introduction here. Okay, so the S12. Mine is actually the S12 Pro. I'm not actually sure the differences, S12 and S12 Pro. But this one is, S12 is Letshuoer's first single planar IEM. I wonder if the Pro version is just a different tuning. Because it looks like the technology for the S12 is the same as the S12 Pro. It's just maybe a different tuned one. Yeah, and this one being like a more higher end IEM than the VR3000s, you can swap out the cables for like a bounced cable, 4.4 millimeter, should you want to. Dual vent design. I'll check on the detail retrieval. That's something I have to check on. And the 14.8 millimeter driver, which is actually used in a lot of other Chinese IEMs as well. This one just happened to be the most well praised, I thought. So the EJ07 is the Enthusiast Artisan IEM. Okay, so this one it looks more expensive. I think it's definitely more expensive. So Letshuoer, this is actually one of their more affordable models. Letshuoer has a lot more expensive models as well. So this is one of them, I think. I mean, I could tell from the design, the art aesthetic, it's more expensive. 7 drivers, and it's a tribrid, which means quad electrostat, 3 balanced armature, and a single dynamic driver. Okay, that's more similar to my $1,000 TA Audio Monarch Mark IIs. So this is definitely going to be more expensive. And the EJ07M, this one, same drivers. So it's also pretty expensive, I'm guessing, if it uses the same drivers as the other one. Then the XHPB Kinda Lava Edition, now more bassy. Okay, this one's like a differently tuned one to have more bass. Okay, what's this HBB thing? X-Class, I don't know what HBB is, but anyways, a differently tuned EJ07M with more bass. EJ09, and that's their flagship. Okay, so this one is definitely more expensive if it's their flagship. And this one is a 9-driver tribrid, quad electrostatic, quad balanced armature, and a single dynamic driver. Yeah, so they're going to use the electrostatic for the highs, the balanced armature for the mids, and the dynamic driver for the lows, I'm guessing. That's how most IEM brands do it. You got a monocrystalline silver and copper hybrid cable balance connector. Yeah, I mean, that's got to be pretty expensive. I don't know. I haven't checked the price on these, but I'm guessing this will be closer to $1,000. Conductor. Best companion to classical music. So they made one simply tuned for classical music. If you listen to a lot of classical music, they make one called the Conductor. That's more specific for classical music. That's interesting. Soloist, bassy single dynamic. Yeah, I guess for people who are bass heads, you really love your bass, then Soloist could be for you. I don't like too much bass. I think too much bass kind of drowns out the other frequencies and it's too unbalanced. But some people, who are into like stuff like Beats or Bose or Sony headphones might be into it. Tape Pro Chameleon IEM, designed for rock and metal music. Okay, that's cool. Now, I listen to rock music, of course, but it's not the only genre I listen to. So I don't really want to have an IEM that's just specific for one genre. I mean, yeah, I could, but like, yeah, I mean, for me, I want to have a more balanced all-around IEM, not just for a single genre, because I often listen to a lot of different musical genres. So it's not like I just listen to rock or classical. I listen to everything. Basically everything except for death metal and heavy rap, basically. I listen to pretty much everything except for those 2 genres. Okay, singer, this is for minimalistic lifestyle. I would think that this should have pushed up mids, because the name implies that it's pretty good for vocals. Yeah, so I would assume that this tuning is going to be mid forward. The DTO2 is a no-frills dongle. It's a DAC amp combo for music lovers. Okay, I wonder how this compares to the File and Shanling dongles I owned before. Some pictures of the models wearing them, always cute Chinese girls. That's how they advertise this stuff. No matter which Chinese hi-fi brand, you're always going to find cute Chinese girls advertising this stuff, because that's how they sell it. That's how they market it, right? Or anime girls in the case of Moondrop. So this is an idea and concept that they took from Western IEM makers, like companies like JH Audio and Noble and Empire Ears, companies that make all these like really fancy like kind of art on their IEMs. It's basically a reason for them to charge you a lot of money. And of course, Chinese companies copied it too, so that they can have an excuse to charge you a lot of money. So yeah, production manufacturing, you see their little workplace, probably in Shenzhen, I'm guessing. That's where like a lot of Chinese tech products come from. CNC process, and company info. So yeah, it's actually in Dongguan City, which is pretty close to Shenzhen. Okay. Anyways, pretty cool that they included that catalog in here. I did not expect that. You can see there are other products too, and more information about the company itself, because I know Letshuoer is not a company that most Western people would be familiar with unless they're Chinese IEM enthusiasts, basically. You would only know this company if you're into IEMs, basically. Okay, so what do you get here? You get ear tips here, and you get 3 sets of ear tips, looks like. This is pretty standard. Yeah, 3 sets of ear tips. These are Comply, or something similar to Comply, right? They're foam ear tips. I would like to see some silicone ear tips too, not just foam. Interesting. So they'll give you 3 sets of foam ear tips, not silicone. That's the IEMs themselves. We'll get to that later. What else we get here? Letshuoer. Another Letshuoer card here. Like registration cards, I guess. Then you get S12 Pro manual. Actually, you don't need a manual. This is a wired IEM, right? You shouldn't need a manual for this. It's not wireless. Like there's no buttons or anything to press. It's just a wired IEM. You put it in the device and it just outputs sound. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Oh, this is in Chinese, right? Okay. Step 1, connect the. Oh, this tells you how to wear it properly. Connect the IEM. Step 2, put the left tune. Okay, so I guess they want you to get a proper seal for your ear, because a lot of people don't, like when they use IEMs, they might not get the proper seal, or they're putting it in the wrong way or something. This is just telling you to wear your IEMs the right way. So this is how you wear IEMs, guys. You wrap the wire behind your ear. That's how you're supposed to wear them. So don't wear them improperly, else you're not going to get the correct sound out of it. And here is the carrying case. You get the small carrying case here. See, and they should give you more ear tips, right? Okay, good. They do give you more ear tips. Okay, so they give you 3 pairs of foam ear tips. Usually foam ear tips increase the bass, and it's not quite as natural sounding as silicone ear tips. It just increases the bass. Silicone ear tips I found are generally more natural sounding. Yeah, so they give you 3 pairs of silicone ear tips in small, medium, and large sizes, as you would expect, and another 3 pairs of foam ear tips. So in total, they give you 6 sets of ear tips. So that's really cool. 6 pairs. That's more than what most IEM companies will give you, except for Final Audio. Final Audio and Audio Technica, I think, might give you more as well. I think I had some good experiences with them, and Monster. Those give me a lot of ear tips, but most IEM companies will not give you that many ear tips. Oh, they give you another 3 pairs. Okay, never mind. Well, definitely, Letshuoer are going to give you a lot of good value for the money already. So this is $130 IEMs, right? So they give you 3 sets of silicone ear tips, another 3 sets of black silicone ear tips. I'm not sure if there's any sound difference between the two, but anyway, 6 pairs of silicone ear tips and another 3 pairs of foam ear tips. Wow, that's a lot of value for your money right there. You get 9 pairs of ear tips. That's way more than what I've gotten with high-end IEMs. Like with my TA Audio Monarch Mark IIs or my Campfire Audio Solaris X's. What else? Noble Cons. Like those are more expensive IEMs. They only give me like 3 or 4 pairs. Yeah, so like 9 pairs of ear tips for a $130 IEM. That's already giving you a lot of value already. And yeah, here you also get, wow, they really give you a lot of money. So this is the cable, which they give you 1 cable, and it's a 2-pin connector. That's pretty common. You either get a 2-pin or an MMCX. They went with the 2-pin. That's fine. But they also give you an interchangeable kind of connector here. So it looks like this is something that might be proprietary to Letshuoer. I'm not sure if other Chinese companies might use this as a technique as well. I'm not sure if it's patented or not, but for this cable, it terminates in like something that looks like a mini XLR connector. It's just something, yeah, I don't really see on many other IEM makers, that they give you this this connector here where you can put in, yeah, like your choice of connector. So if you want to have a 3.5, they give you 3.5. That's for most devices. But if you have a balanced 2.5 connector, they give you a 2.5 as well. Or if you have a 4.4 connector, they give you a 4.4. So it really supports the three main types of connectors in use nowadays for yeah, headphones and earphones. So you have the 3.5, then you have the 2.5, which are really only used by Astell and Kern now, and then you have the 4.4, which is the main balanced connector that's used by most DAPs and headphone amps. So yeah, that's pretty cool that they have interchangeable connectors that you can just fit whatever you want, and that's pretty cool. It's interchangeable. So I haven't really seen this kind of cable before. It's really cool that they include it. It looks pretty high quality as well. So that's really good. So that's already a lot of good value that Letshuoer gives you. So you get 9 pairs of ear tips, and you get an interchangeable connector cable. That's really cool. Let's look at the IEMs themselves. Okay. So the IEMs themselves, as well as the carrying case, of course. The IEMs themselves, they look okay. They're not like flashy or anything like that. So they don't have like a fancy like artwork or whatever, art or something on the actual cases or shells. But yeah, so no fancy artwork on the shells. That's fine for this price. Then you have the 2-pin. Oh, easy to drop them. Okay, 2-pin connectors at the bottom, right here. And then you have the nozzles right here. It's only a single driver, a single planar driver. And yeah, that's really it. So nothing really too much to talk about. The design's okay. It's not too big, which is good. Some Chinese IEMs, the shell is too big. And I feel like it's really, really noticeable if you wear them outside. And of course you're going to wear them outside because they're IEMs. So yeah, I think the design's overall okay. It's not too big. Nothing flashy or anything, just a nice blue color right here with this little like square thing. Yeah, it's all right, not too flashy. And a single planar driver. But yeah, what's already good value for me, I haven't heard them yet. I'll tell you guys what I think about the sound once I hear them in a bit. But already what comes in the box is pretty impressive. Yeah, 9 pairs of ear tips, which is already more than what Final Audio gave me. And then a set of interchangeable connector cables. So yeah, this is really, really cool stuff. And yeah, I can't wait to hear what this IEM sounds like, because it's gotten some really good reviews online. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'll tell you in a bit what I think about these IEMs. So I have the Final Audio VR3000, which is supposed to be for gaming, and I'll definitely use it for gaming, but I'll also test it with music as well. And then the Letshuoer S12 Pro. So this is $80 US and $130 US. So I'll definitely test these two and let you guys know what I think. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so after having listened to these two IEMs for a while, I think I finally have my verdict. So let's go through each one. So first let's talk about the Final Audio VR3000s. So these IEMs are marketed as gaming IEMs, and for the gaming IEMs, what they try to do for these ones is they try to make the soundstage as wide as possible. So for IEMs, usually the soundstage is not that wide because there's only so much you can do because it's in-ears, in-ear drivers. As opposed to like the full-size open back drivers, those ones can get, you know, much more wider soundstage. But I have to applaud Final Audio for doing their best here. They have a 6mm dynamic driver, and they really used it to make the imaging as wide as possible. So they marketed this as good for gaming and also for binaural recordings. These benefit from having good stereo image separation and also as wide a soundstage as possible. And I think at this price point for $80, I think they probably did the best they could. And it does have a very good soundstage, probably the best soundstage out of any IEMs you will find at this price point. As for the actual sound quality, well, of course I used it for gaming, and it's very good for that. It's not really meant for listening to music, but I did use it to listen to music, and it's pretty solid actually. It's decent, at least for an $80 IEM. Like, it's not the most detailed one. For listening to music, it's not going to be the most detailed or the most accurate. At times, I felt like the so it doesn't try to push up any frequency, I don't think. So it's not like it doesn't try to push up the bass, mids, or treble that much. It's mostly focused on trying to make good stereo imaging and a wide soundstage. There's a decent amount of detail, but it's not the most detailed. But at times I felt like the different frequencies, like the mids, the bass, and the treble, sometimes it gets a little bit congested. Like they do try to bleed into each other a lot with this IEM. So it's almost like, yeah, they kind of run into each other a lot, where you kind of have too much going on at the same time. That's what I felt. So it's almost like everyone's trying to be on stage at once. So I feel like, yeah, it's kind of like that when I'm listening to music, but of course this is not really meant for music listening. I know that, but if you were to listen to music using these, it would still be okay. You just, the only thing is that it could sound a bit congested at times because the frequencies do bleed into each other a lot, but you still get, pretty good imaging and soundstage out of it. So, and the detail is okay for headphone this level. So yeah, overall, I think these are okay for music listening, but they're really great for gaming. So yeah, anyways, props to Final Audio for doing their best here. I do think that especially if you're doing VR, right? If you have a VR headset like a Meta Quest or something, I guess that's why they marketed these as VR IEMs, right? VR3000. It is really good, especially good for VR. But for any games, any kind of games, yeah, you can use this, and I think it would be pretty good. So I have a bunch of HMDs and headsets that I can use this with. So overall, a pretty solid pair of IEMs, especially given the price point of $80. I think I'm pretty impressed with these. Okay, now let's go on to the Letshuoer S12 Pros, which I'm also quite impressed with. These might be the best sounding IEMs I've heard at this price point, and even at double or triple the price point. I mean, these are really impressive sounding IEMs. I mean, I have $1,000 TA Audio Monarch Mark IIs, which I've done a video on before. Those are $1,000. These are $130 US. And honestly, like, I wouldn't say they're exactly like my TA Audios. No, they're not. But still, for the amount of performance, the sound quality that you get for this is pretty incredible. This is like crazy bang for the buck. Man, like the soundstage, I mean, especially if I compare this to the VR3000, I know these are not meant for music listening, but these just blow the VR3000s out of the water for music listening, right? These use just one planar driver, but using that one planar driver, yeah, you get much more detail out of these. So the detail on these is pretty incredible for the price. Soundstage is also pretty incredible for the price. Again, can't compare it to my $1,000 IEMs. Of course, those are still better. But I would say that it's diminishing returns, right? Especially for IEMs, you get into diminishing returns really fast. For something like this, I think the vast majority of people would be quite satisfied with the sound quality coming out of this. And it might be even end game for a lot of people, honestly. The sound signature of this is, I think, I can't verify this yet, but I think it's close to a Harman curve. So when I listen to this, I feel like there is a decent amount of bass. So the bass is pushed up a bit and the highs are pushed up a bit. So and the mids are present. They're not overly recessed. I think overall this is a very pleasant sound signature for most people, and I think this may be the Harman curve because you have like a little bit of an elevated bass shelf and then a slightly dip in the mids, and then you have a slightly elevated peak in the treble, which is basically what the Harman curve is. It's basically like a slight V shape, and that's what I felt from these IEMs. So yeah, I think it is kind of like a Harman curved sound signature, which is good for most people, right? But it's not too much. It's not overly done, so it's not, the bass is not pushed up too much. Nothing's pushed up way too much. Just there is some emphasis on the bass and the highs, and that's okay. And yeah, the soundstage and the detail are actually quite impressive, especially given the price of $130. These can easily compete with $500 IEMs, I think. In fact, I think I might have listened to even the Campfire Audio Solaris X's or the Astone Current Solaris X's that I've listened to, or even the Tansio Murray Lands I listened to, which are $600. I think the Campfires are like $1,000. Like this can even compete up to that level, I think. So yeah, overall, very, very impressive IEMs, I think. So the Letshuoer S12 Pros, I think most people can even have their end game at these IEMs. Like, you don't even have to go that far up, right? These are only 130 bucks. You don't need to pay too much money to get very, very good sound quality. So yes, it's not at the level of my $1,000 TA Audio Monarch Mark IIs. Those are actually more balanced sounding, still more detailed, with a slightly better soundstage. But then again, those are 1,000 bucks. This is 130 bucks, and this is like quite good. It actually comes quite close to my TA audios in some areas. So yeah, overall I'm very impressed with the Letshuoer, especially given the fact that it comes with a pretty good quality cable where you can kind of interchange connectors, and to give you 9 different pairs of ear tips. That's pretty incredible. That's more than what TA Audio gave me, or Campfire, or Noble, or any of these other IEM companies that make more expensive IEMs. So anyways, very, very impressive with the Letshuoer S12 Pros. I think at this price point, it may be the best sounding IEM under $200, and I don't think that's even a question. The only other IEM I think that may compete with it is that Hydits. I think there's Hydits made one of those models under 200 bucks that a lot of people compared it with, but those are actually have really big shells, which also use planar drivers as well. But I think this is what I did. I did the research online, and I found that the Letshuoer S12 Pro is the most consistently widely praised IEM under 200 bucks. So yeah, if anyone says recommend me an IEM, like a entry-level affordable IEM under $200, then the Letshuoer S12 Pro is going to be my pick, my recommendation. This is a very, very great sounding IEM for most people. It's got a pretty solid amount of detail, solid soundstage, and the tuning is going to be one that appeals to most people because this is the Harman curve. So overall, yeah, pretty impressed with the Letshuoer S12 Pros. Actually pretty impressed with both of these. I think both of these are pretty nice for what they do. The Final Audio VR3000s for gaming IEMs, and then for music IEMs, the Letshuoer S12 Pros. And guess what? You have both of these. You can get these both together for like 200 bucks. That's pretty incredible, actually, considering the sound quality that you get out of both of these. So yeah, that's it, guys. Highly recommend both of them. Final Audio VR3000. If you need a gaming headphone or gaming earphone, then this is the way to go. This is the gaming IEM. And it doesn't cost that much. If you want a great IEM for music, this one will get you there. It doesn't even cost that much, 130 bucks. This is good enough for most people. Most people will probably be satisfied with this and not even want anything more. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Final Audio VR3000 and Letshuoer S12 Pros, both very good IEMs for the price, both good bang for the buck. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I know I can't really show any sound comparisons because they're IEMs, they're not headphones. I can't record any music from them, but both of these IEMs are pretty impressive. I'm impressed with both of them, actually. I think both of them are quite good at what they do. So yeah, the Final Audio VR3000 as a pair of gaming IEMs I think is quite solid. I highly recommend these if you're looking for gaming IEMs, and then the Letshuoer S12 Pros, highly recommend these if you're looking for music IEMs at a reasonably affordable budget, under 200 bucks. I think these are probably the best IEMs for under 200 bucks. So, and I think most people will be quite satisfied with these and probably not want to upgrade any further. So anyways, that's it. 2 very nice, impressive IEMs. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, or if you guys have any other IEMs that you recommend or you think would hold up, then let me know. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.